Hey, welcome back to another daily check-in on my journey towards establishing myself as a motivational well-being speaker. And I figured that today would be a good opportunity to do a bit of a roundup as to what's going on at the moment and where I am with certain things. And actually, I've got a pretty interesting week this week. So at some point this week, hopefully, I should hear about whether or not the events company who I'm working with, or potentially will be working with, have been successful in their bid to organise an event for Sport England next month. And if they are successful, then there's a good chance that I'll be involved in delivering some of the material. So although it's not that long away, I think it's the middle of September. It hasn't been confirmed yet, so it could be any day now, though I know the deadline for the tender was last Tuesday, so it could be as early as tomorrow or hopefully by the end of the week. And then, you know, if they have been successful and they want me to present for them, then that would be, I'd be really, really happy with that. That would be a really good sort of lift and a boost, put me bang on track for what I wanted to achieve over the next 3 months. I kind of set myself a target through September, October, November, and that will kind of put me ahead of schedule for that. So that would be really, really good. So I should find out about that this week at some point. I'm also going to the PSA meeting, the Professional Speakers Association meeting in Reading on Thursday. And I'm really looking forward to that. I've only been to one of these meetings before, and it was just really, really valuable. It just hasn't worked out that I've been able to make it to any of the other dates over the last 10 months. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. They've got a couple of good speakers, and it's just a really good networking opportunity. Not in the sense of, potential business, but just speaking to other people who are doing what I'm doing, and various stages of the journey. Some of them aren't as far ahead as I am. Some of them are much, much further ahead than I am, and some of them are about where I'm covering and meeting similar challenges. So it's just useful, and I found it very useful last time to speak to people in those situations. So I'm looking forward to that. That's on Thursday afternoon. And then I just had confirmed today as well a briefing call for the Milton Park talk I'm giving in September, and that briefing call is next week. And actually, funnily enough, I sat down for half an hour today to do some planning and prep work on that talk. I've got a reasonably good idea as to what I think will work well for that event, but obviously in the briefing they'll be able to give me a lot more information and guidance, and tell me if I'm completely off track with that. Hopefully I'm not too far off course. I've done a small amount of work on it, but it gives me a bit of direction. So if they like what the ideas that I've got, then it means that I can just go full steam ahead and get it prepped. So that's all happening, and kind of one of the other things I wanted to speak about this week was procrastination. It's the theme in my Boost online community this week. We have a kind of a theme and a reset each week, and this week's theme is procrastination. Tomorrow I'm going to be teaching in the group a few of my insights into it. And again, these will be things I'll be talking about in the seminar, I'll be writing about in the book, I've talked about before, but kind of just really focusing the attention on that. And because I'm sort of thinking about procrastination a lot, ironically, thinking about the subjects, I think this week is going to be a good week for me to really kind of smash through that particular chapter of the book. Now it's at the forefront of my mind. I've got a lot to say on the subject. It's kind of its opposite number, productivity. But looking at the different reasons for procrastination, I want to focus on one of those reasons tonight. And I spoke about this in a couple of videos ago. The 3 main reasons why we do procrastinate: because something's unclear, unpleasant, or untimed. There's no limit as to how long the thing is going to take. But like my bathroom DIY project that I started on at the weekend, and it looks like a building site in there now. I'm probably not even halfway through. But it's that's the sort of thing that in the past has stopped me from doing things. But and I guess there's a bit of unpleasantness and unclearness as well with DIY when it comes to that subject. But anyway, the thing I want to focus on today is the unclear. So when we don't have clarity on exactly what it is we need to do, then we often look for other things where we do have certainty, we do have clarity, we do know exactly what it is we need to do. And if you imagine the situation, this exact same thing happened to me, and I talked about this in the context of sitting down and writing the book. And I was procrastinating about it, and when I kind of realised that that's exactly what was happening, it was because I'd spent a bit of time away from it, and so going back to it, I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do next. So to put down, right, I'm going to write some of the book today, it was too vague. There wasn't anything specific about that commitment that I was making to writing some of the book. So the first thing that I needed to do, once I realised that that was what was happening, I knew that the first thing I had to do was to spend half an hour just reconnecting with the work that I had already done. Go back over the notes, the mind maps that I'd drawn out, the structure and the outline, to kind of reinsert myself into that journey that I was fully immersed into up until maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And so that became the first thing that I needed to do, and I knew that was very easy. It was completely clear what I had to do then. It didn't matter about what was going to come next. The next thing that I needed to do was to reinsert myself, and that involved just going back over the notes, just reading through everything, so I could refamiliarize myself with everything. And I think that's kind of the key point from this that I would like to share in the video today, is that, you know, when you're unclear about what you need to do next, think about what the next thing is that you need to do. And sometimes the whole task might seem really complex and just overwhelming in terms of not knowing what we need to do. But actually all we need to know is how to take the next step. What's the first thing that we need to do to get started? And once we've identified what that is, in my case it was reconnecting with the project, but in many other cases it might be just breaking the task down into smaller and smaller chunks until you have got something that your brain can say, right, I understand what I have to do now. And even if it's just a really small task, if you can break a big project down into enough smaller tasks, then you're able to actually start getting that clarity and start doing something. And maybe even the first thing that you do is exactly that process of breaking it down and saying, well, what are the smaller and smaller chunks that I can actually get stuck into here? So that kind of takes care of the lack of clarity or the unclearness with one of the major causes and reasons for procrastination. I'm going to kind of cover the other two during this week's videos as well. And it kind of helps me getting these things out, so sort of semi-articulate, and also I'll be writing about this stuff this week as well. I'm going to kind of try to focus on getting that chapter of the book, the first draft of that chapter, complete this week. So the whole thing kind of just keeps coming around and circling and helping each other, because I'll be talking about this in my seminar and so on and so forth. So anyway, there we go. If you are procrastinating on anything at the moment and it's because you're unclear what it is you need to do, then take that as the next thing that you do. Give yourself a half an hour, get into the project and try to figure out what it is that you need to do next. Break it down into smaller and smaller chunks and see where you go from there. There we go, there is my daily check-in. Like the video if you indeed do so. Subscribe to the channel for more daily updates, and literally every day, normally about this sort of time, sort of sometime in the evening, I upload my videos. Once I've had a day to get anything done, I have a few thoughts, record them up in the evening, and then I'll be back again tomorrow with another daily update. Bye for now.